What's going on, guys? Welcome back to The Art of Violence. What I want to talk about today is the fight that happened last week. I wanted to upload, I wanted to cover it, but unfortunately, I just didn't prioritize my time properly. Didn't get a chance to. So, I want to talk about it now. Dustin Poirier versus Islam Makhachev, the fight that went down last week. Man, I knew that was going to happen. I knew that Islam was going to dominate the way he did. But, however, I didn't think that Dustin was going to be able to survive and was going to be able to keep getting back up and give Islam a little bit of trouble in the fight the way he did throughout the whole fight until he got finished. I didn't think that was going to happen. I thought that the first or second time that Dustin got taken down, I thought that was going to be it. I thought it was because Islam is probably better, actually definitely better at submissions than Khabib is, and Khabib is able to handle Dustin pretty well, but Dustin actually did better than a lot of people expected. He was very prepared. He was very ready with his wrestling. He was very defensively adequate. He was very quick to defend things, quick to maneuver out, didn't stay there and try and grapple, which was very smart. That's a big mistake that a lot of people make when it comes to dealing with people that are better than them at a certain skill level or a certain skill set. They try and mess around with them in that skill set. Kind of like an example would be like a wrestler fighting someone who's a really good boxer. Instead of just immediately taking them down, sometimes they can get caught up in trying to box with them and trying to prove a point or trying to compete with them in the domain that they're good at, and that's just not very smart. It's just not a smart play, not a smart thing to do. But I was gonna say, but Dustin seemed to not do that. He seemed to be very much kind of anti-jiu-jitsu, get away from it, scramble. He hit a switch, which is a very cool looking move in jiu-jitsu. When someone has your back, it's a way to get out. I don't know if there's another way you can do it too, if there's other switches, but I know when people say I hit the switch, it's typically a move when they have your back and you maneuver out in a certain position. Well, I believe it's like trapping their arm. I don't know. It's been a while since I've done any jiu-jitsu. I've only done it a couple times in my life, so it's definitely not what I'm an expert in. I don't want to talk about that too much because I just don't know that much about that world. But Dustin stuck to his game plan very well, and when he got taken down or when it was any sort of grappling exchange, he was very quick to break away or to utilize striking in between and get away that way, or cause some sort of damage or give Islam problems and make it uncomfortable in order for him to get back up. So I respect him for that, and I did not expect that. I thought that I don't think he jumped guillotine once in the fight, which is a big improvement for him. So it looks like he actually followed and stuck to a bit of a game plan, more so than in other fights, which is good and promising, and shows that he's improving even at this level or at this stage in his career. However, it was not enough to beat Islam Makhachev. Islam honestly dominated pretty much the whole fight. I think he won 3 out of the 4 rounds, and then I believe he got finished him in the 5th one. How you doing? So Islam did actually a very good job when it came to the striking with Dustin Poirier. Defensively, he was very aware. His feet were pretty solid. He was moving out of range, waiting for Dustin to overcommit, countering, controlling Dustin when Dustin got too close, when he was doing all those things in the fight, he did very well, and he was outstriking Dustin, busting Dustin up. However, later, when he started getting a little bit tired, he started staying around, playing in range, trying to play the sock'em rock'em game in range, which is not smart whatsoever. And that's when he started getting pieced up, so to speak, a little bit. You don't want to play that game with Dustin. However, I will say Islam definitely won most of the striking exchanges, definitely outstruck Dustin throughout the fight, which was very, very impressive. And to be honest, I don't even think Islam's like that great of a striker. So the fact that he was able to do that is very impressive, and it shows that he has such a big future in this sport, and that he's already striking with the best currently and beating them. So God knows where he's going to be in 5 years if he keeps improving. I think he'll be phenomenal. So yeah, at the end of the day, it just wasn't enough on Dustin's part. He wasn't able to put a proper game plan or successfully execute a proper game plan on Islam when it came to the striking. Kept getting controlled. His feet were out of place when he was going backwards and different things like that. A lot of the controls that Islam was doing to him in range, just controlling him, getting him in little Muay Thai clinches, transitioning, kneeing him, was giving Dustin a lot of problems. Then he would shoot for a takedown. He was able to get out of some stuff, but when it came to the ground, it was a huge skill difference. It's mostly Dustin trying to survive. And at the end of the day, yeah, he just couldn't compete with Islam Makhachev. Did better than a lot of people thought he was going to do, but at the end of the day, could not compete with him comprehensively, skill for skill. So, yeah, Islam deserved the victory. Dustin did better than people thought. But, yeah, man, honestly, Islam has a lot of growing to do. I feel like he almost got exposed a little bit in that fight. Like, just the fact that it took him so long to finish Dustin, it feel like it kind of exposed him a little bit. Like, I feel like he was jumping into submissions versus trying to secure positions before he got those submissions. I feel like he was kind of too eager to get the submission. So before he had proper grips, proper security of his opponent, he was like already headed for the submission. I feel like that allowed Dustin to be able to get out because he was too submission-minded versus control-minded, which Khabib tends to be more of. And then in the striking, again, he was doing well when he was controlling Dustin. When he wasn't letting Dustin get too close, he wasn't messing around in range unless he wanted to strike. But as soon as he started getting tired, a lot of that went out the window. He started to strike and play the slip and bob and weave game, and Dustin's going to win that all day. So either way, Islam won. It is what it is. But let me know what you guys think. I just wanted to give a little bit of a breakdown of what I thought of the fight. Definitely not as in depth of a breakdown as I could have given when I first saw it, because I haven't watched the fight. But I haven't watched the fight since it happened. But either way, just wanted to give you guys a little breakdown. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Think I'm right? You think I'm wrong? You think I'm full of it? You think Dustin should retire? What should Dustin do? I don't know. Interesting questions. Hopefully some interesting answers. Let me know what you think in the comments below. My name is Angelo, The Art of Violence. Until next time.